Hello, this is James. I decided to make another alien deck video because I just love it so much and I have lots of good replays to share with everyone. Now, I am aware that making follow-up consecutive videos on decks you've already made is very much not the norm for Duel Links YouTube channels. So if this is something that you feel strongly about, either positively or negatively, please let me know. But I have some important new information, which is that the alien, so this deck, it's all about 8 counters, right? This guy, when he dies, puts 8 counters. This guy, when he flips, puts 8 counters. Remove 8 counters for back row. Remove 8 counters for special summon. Put on 8 counters in search. Take control of for the duration of the 8 counters lasting, etc. You get to destroy a monster with 8 counters on it. Combos with brainwashing. But the stat reduction, this is kind of a hidden effect, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. The stat reduction applies for every alien monster that has this text on the field. So, if you had Alien Overlord, Alien Telepath, and Alien Warrior face up on the field, and the opponent had a monster that had 1 8 counter on it, the attack reduction during damage calculation with an alien monster with the text would be 1, 2, 3 times 300, which is great and makes this cool. And it's also the reason that we don't use the alien monsters that don't have the text. Not just because Alien Hypno is a worse version of Brainwashing Beam, but because there's no, like, it's not giving you that stat reduction, which the aliens desperately need because they're relatively weak. So this deck has been crushing in Legend rank. Matchups, it's pretty generally good. In my previous video, I smashed the same Archfiend player twice. It's great against Glads, because between Alien Telepath killing back row and Alien Overlord being special summoned and distributing more new counters, and this thing being used defensively, you're able to grind down their field faster than they can replace it, which is great. I want Glads to be on the way out. I want the alien invasion to bring about the extinction of the gladiator beast species. But it's terrible against decks that you can't put the 8 counters on. So that's the Hazy deck and the Burn deck. Because Burn players, they naturally don't have any monsters for you to put 8 counters on. Or monsters that will stick around because they have the Spirit Rabbit and the blue-green Manta Ray that attacks directly. They naturally don't have any monsters that stick around because they don't want you to tribute summon their Lava Golem. So you're kind of stuck. And actually, if I'm not able to get something going against a Burn player in turns 4 and 5, I just kind of go ahead and throw the match. And I'm hoping that maybe the other Hazy players or the Cyber Angel players are going to keep them in check, so that the aliens are free to roam the galaxy. Roll the clips! We now live in a brave new meta, and to prove it, here are the alien invaders come to sweep away the last vestiges of the past. And even in 2018, you can recognize an Alexis Rhodes Cyber Angel deck by the Alexis Rhodes character and the balance skill and no extra deck. Because this player just got finished grinding out their second Cyber Petite Angel, and Alexis Rhodes is the character that they most likely have balance on. It's never Gladiators. It's never Gladiators with Alexis Rhodes. And so here, the traditional Cyber Angel, Iditen Benten Dohyo Iri, which is it's the dance that the sumo wrestlers do when they enter the ring. Only the Yokozuna gets to do it. You should see him do it. He claps his hands together and lifts up the leg, and people go nuts for the leg. But here she summons the Kini, and Alien Warrior gets destroyed, but we get 2 A counters on there. Such is his purpose. You have 900 life points remaining. But we have our A-Cell recombination device. Put 8 counters on the Grand Champion of the Cyber Angels deck. Here we go. We banish. This is why we always set A-Cell recombination device. So we can banish on our turn and get out another warrior, because we don't need the telepath. We need the extra power. Now here's what I'm talking about with the double alien effect. It's not 6 counters on Saphira. It's now effectively 12 counters, and even though she's all buffed up to maximum, we're able to get the full damage in. Alexis wisely decides not to protect, because otherwise it would be just a punching bag for us. That's what I was going for, the OTK on the 0 attack Saphira, because of the double effect. GG. Here's a Dinos player. We restart. What you always want to see is A-Cell recombination device and a monster. That's what I always restart for, and ideally the monster will be an Alien Gray, because that gives you card advantage early when it's most important. And here we have an embarrassment of riches, 2 A-Cell recombination devices, so I'm going to go ahead and pop one. It's actually kind of funny. You want to go first with this deck so that you can set your Alien Gray, set your A-Cell recombination device, and then you don't have to worry about the turn 2, no, the turn 3, Xing Zhen Hu pinning your back row. So here we already have Evil Swarm, Salamandra all locked up with A counters. We're gonna prevent him from getting out another Hydrogeddon by festooning it with the little Alien Gray faces, and he just has to, and that just stops him dead in his tracks. So right now, both monsters have, I believe it's 6 A counters on them, and Alien Gray, just by his very presence, gives us another layer of attack reduction. So here we're gonna go telepath. You always want to set more than one back row with aliens, because they're weak monsters, so you have to be cautious with them. But if you only have one back row, then they're just gonna pop it off with the telepath. And so here now it's triple reduction because we have 3 aliens, and there's the OTK. GG. This is a mind scan control Pegasus. We reset again, and we get our telepath and a protection card and our favorite A-Cell recombination device. Turn 1 as desired. I would actually argue that this deck is stronger going on turn 1. It's not as much of a detriment as it is for a more offensive focused deck such as Hazy. So here we get pinned. Pins our Curse of Anubis, and with Electro it's important to not panic activate. And what enables us to not panic activate is the A-Cell recombination device. Suppose he had a Gravity Blaster, then we could, and to beef up his Electro, then we would still have the A-Cell recombination device. So we throw an Alien Overlord, put a bunch of counters on there, and we draw into Brainwashing Beam. Which is my favorite thing to do, even though it's not my favorite card. You go ahead and blow up Windstorm of Etriqua, and that's the strength of Telepath, is that he forces, like, even though that wasn't great, even though that wasn't a great get, it forces the opponent to use those cards. Unlike Electro, where we can wait, it forces the use. And so here's the double telepath. You always want to activate your monster's effect and then play your cards to give your opponent the least amount of information possible. So he activates it, but it still gets destroyed. And because Alien Telepath was not summoned that turn, we're able to put him into attack position. And here's the triple. Here's the triple A counter effect. Reduces him down to 0. Turn 3, Alien OTK. But you didn't see that coming, Pegasus. This is a Dark Magician fight. We restart for another good hand. We have a nice selection of monsters and the favorite A-cell recombination device. He gets Dark Magic Attack. Probably because he assumes that I'm playing a Red Eyes deck. Oh no, he doesn't assume that yet because he saw all of my alien cards during the restart phase. So we pitch an Alien Overlord, and we don't even really need to do that because Magician's Rod is such a weak monster, but it does give us. I always use A-cell recombination device because it does give us the back row removal. You don't want to slack on the Alien Telepath back row removal because it enables you to go aggressive before they draw into some of their bigger threats that perhaps your alien monsters can't deal with because you've run out of A-cell recombination devices. And then on my next turn I can banish it for whichever monster I need. So we're able to special summon the Alien Overlord and get that kill because I don't want him to like sacrifice for anything weird. He gets out Ancient Rules, Dark Magic Attack. Fortunately, we have a chainable card. That's why I took out Wall of D. I have one copy of it, but everyone is so wary of the back row that they're always ready for it. So it's better just to run chainable cards. And that wasn't even double effect. That was just, there were so many A counters on it. So even though they have low stats, the A counters more than make up for their lack of power. And see, that's what I'm saying. I didn't play a card or try and summon a monster or do anything weird. I blow up that champion's vigilance, and he's not able to use it at all. And now we are ready to take the field. Goodbye, Arcana. And this is our last matchup against a Weevil Burn. So it is possible to win against Weevil Burn, but Destiny Draw Burn is pretty tough. Starts off with an Amazoness Swordswoman, and I think he thinks that we are a... This time I think he thinks that we are a Red Eyes deck. That's why he starts off the Amazoness Swordswoman. But we have Alien Telepath. We're only going to take 100 damage and just take care of that before it becomes a problem. We must not have had any massive morphs. Go ahead and set all our cards so that we can be ready, because Weevil Underwood generally doesn't have back row removal because he's generally not worried about attacking, except in the case of Amazoness Swordswoman, we took care of her. Now a cool thing with the blue-green Manta Ray is that if you prevent him from attacking, then he's stuck on the field and can receive the gift of the A counters. Oh my god, this is another gifting deck, like my Weevil deck. Oh, I love that. Anyway, so we only put 2. No need to go too crazy, because I want to keep my Overlords in case I have to tribute off a Lava Golem. So we go ahead and we destroy that card, and Half Shut prevents destruction by battle, not destruction by card effect. And so it's a fortunate thing that we have our Mysterious Triangle. We banish our Alien Recombination device. We get out our Alien Overlord. We normal summon. Blow up the Skystar Ray. Now we can't special summon the Alien Overlord, but we do get out the Alien Warrior for that sweet OTK. Thank you for watching.